Hello, everyone, and welcome to Saturday Shenanigans. If you love college football, you're in the right place. Welcome to some unfiltered college football content. And in today's video, we have a banger, of course. Week 6 picks. I'm going to give it to you. I'm going to be 100% correct this week. I just know it. Anyways, thank you guys for being patient. It's been about a week since I've uploaded. I've been going through a few things in my life, a couple changes. Nothing bad, but I just haven't had the time. But I'm excited to get back at it. And thank you so much for tuning in. Let's get right into it. Just like the last couple videos, as per usual, we're going to start this in chronological order starting at 9 a.m. I'm going to say these games in West Coast time because I'm here on the West Coast. You guys can do the 3-hour conversion to figure out what time it is, but let's go. We're starting off week 6 with a bang at 9 a.m. Get your coffee, get your bagels, get your eggs. It's the Red River Showdown, number 12 Oklahoma versus number 3 Texas on ABC. This is going to be a neutral site game, of course. Texas is favored by 6.5, but I'm going to go Oklahoma in this game. Oklahoma is rated number 2 according to the analytics, and I know analytics aren't right all the times, but they're a top 5 scoring defense. They're a top 5 scoring offense. I just think people are sleeping on Oklahoma just because Texas got that win over Alabama. Yes, that was a great resume win, but I think Oklahoma's better. They have a better quarterback. I got Dylan Gabriel over Quinn Ewers all day, and Texas has the talent, but I think Oklahoma's really going to bring it to them and show what they've been capable of all season. Next up, still at 9 a.m., we have 5-0 Maryland taking on number 4 Ohio State in the shoe. This one's going to be on Fox. Ohio State favored by 19.5. Now, Maryland is the only Power 5 undefeated team that is not ranked. That's very surprising. They were ranked 26. They just didn't get enough votes to get in there. So I basically take this as a ranked matchup. I think Ohio State favored by 19.5 is way too much. This one's going to be about a 2-score game. I think Ohio State gets it done. They're just better than Maryland, but I would take Maryland plus 19.5 in the betting for sure. The final game in the 9 a.m. window that we're going to take a look at is number 23 LSU taking on number 21 Missouri on ESPN. LSU is a mad team. They've lost 2 games. Their defense was nowhere to be found last week when they lost to Ole Miss. Jackson Dart went crazy on them, but LSU's favored by 6.5, and I think they're going to be an angry team. I still think Jaden Daniels is a top quarterback in college football. He's going to do anything he wants on the offensive side of the ball, and I just think that anger against 21 Missouri really hasn't beaten that many teams this year. Yes, they're undefeated, but they really haven't proven anything. So I'm going to go with LSU in this game on the road. I pick them to cover. I pick them to win the game. At noon, we have an extremely slept-on game. Number 13, Washington State travels to the Rose Bowl to face UCLA. This one's going to be on Pac-12 Network, so boom, half of the viewership's killed there. I hope you guys can tune into it. But surprisingly enough, UCLA's favored by 3.5, which I think Vegas is really crazy for this because did we just forget what Washington State did against a good Oregon State defense at home where they tore them up? Cam Ward going 19 for 20 in the first half. Cam Ward, a top 5 quarterback in college football. What are you guys talking about? Now, UCLA does have a good defense. They held Utah to low scoring. They held all the teams they played this season to low scoring. But Washington State just tore up an Oregon State defense that we saw go out the next week and cause some havoc. So what are you thinking? I don't even know. I think Washington State wins this game by 10 points. Bet Washington State the plus 3.5. Thank you so much. Thank you me later, baby. I got really passionate about that one, guys. I kind of lost my mind. But at 12:30, number 11, Alabama versus Texas A&M on CBS. And I'm really going to lose my mind again because Alabama's only favored by 2.5. Are you kidding me? This Alabama is a Nick Saban team that has their backs against the wall. They play amazing defense. They decided to change their style with Jaden Milroe at quarterback. He's not a Bryce Young. They're going to have to change their style, which they did. They're a defensive team. They're going to hold the ball for a long time. They're going to choke you. And they have their backs against the wall. I don't see this team losing a game on the road at Texas A&M. Texas A&M got blown out by Miami a couple weeks ago. They came back and beat Arkansas, which was a good thing. But I think this is no match. Alabama's more talented. They're more well-coached. Nick Saban over Jimbo Fisher all day. I got Alabama minus the 2.5. They win the game. Please bet on that one. That one just seems almost too obvious. We have another 12:30 matchup. The one-loss fringe top 25 team, Syracuse, travels to face number 14 North Carolina on ESPN. UNC's favored 8.5. UNC's undefeated, but I think they're the quietest undefeated team in the country. Have you even heard any news outlet or media, ESPN, Fox, whatever you watch, have you heard them talk about North Carolina? No, I haven't. That is one team that is slowly creeping up in the rankings, and I really like what they do. I love their offense with Drake May. They win. I think they cover the 8.5. They win by 2 touchdowns in this game, not even close. At 1 o'clock, we have a really interesting game, UCF versus Kansas. This one's on Fox. Kansas favored by 2. And the reason why I think this is interesting, you might think, this is not a ranked matchup. Why do you have this in here? UCF blew a 28-point lead last week and lost to Baylor, while Kansas went on the road and got whooped by Texas. So I want to see which of these teams can stay resilient and bounce back with a big win. And I think UCF is going to do it. Unfortunately for Kansas, quarterback Jalen Daniels may be out again. He didn't practice on Monday, so it looks like he's going to be out. And that's such a big deal. He totally changes the outlook of the team and the offense. So UCF gets this done on the road, and congratulations for them for getting their first Big 12 victory. Take the UCF plus 2.0. Here we go. At 3:30, Colorado versus Arizona State. Colorado favored by 4, and this one's on the Pac-12 networks. Wow, Deion Sanders not playing on prime television. That's funny, but I still think this will draw an audience somehow. You guys are all going to watch it on Stream East and pirate the game, but this is the one where Colorado bounces back. Shedeur Sanders is going to have a big day. Arizona's just too banged up on the offensive and defensive side of the ball. We saw what Amarion Miller coming out of nowhere and becoming a new target for the Buffaloes in the game versus USC. Colorado all day. They're only favored by 4. I take Colorado minus 4 in this game. They win by at least 10 points. Let's go. What the hell is happening to Georgia right now? 4 o'clock p.m., number 20 Kentucky versus number 1 Georgia on ESPN. Georgia favored by 14.5. Georgia almost lost again last week. Another slow start. They barely gutted it out against Auburn. And if I'm being honest, I was rooting for Auburn to win that game. Some of these games that Georgia has been playing in, they don't deserve to win. They don't deserve that number 1 by their name. The only reason they're number 1 is because they won last year. And you know I hate that. But with that being said, I think this is finally the game where Georgia wakes up. Last week was too close of a call. That must have been a wake-up call. Kentucky is overrated. They're 5-0, but haven't played anyone. They beat number 22 Florida last week, but whoop-de-doo. The battle of the overrateds. Georgia finally covers the spread. They're 0-5 versus the spread this year. I think they win big. Take Georgia minus 14.5. Georgia wins this ball game. Moving on, 4:30 p.m., number 10 Notre Dame travels to face number 25 Louisville on ABC. Notre Dame's favored by 6.5, and typically this game's a no-brainer. I would take Notre Dame to win, and I would take them to cover. However, this is their second game in a row on the road against a ranked opponent, and we know what happened last week. It was an emotional victory where they barely pulled it out against Duke, and to get your team ready to play 2 games in a row like that is tough. Louisville's going to come in more ready to play. I think Notre Dame wins this. However, they don't cover. This may be a 1-point game. This may be a 3-point game, but Notre Dame does not cover that 6.5 spread. I'm excited for some fireworks in this one. Going to be an awesome game to watch. I'll definitely be tuning in at 4:30. At 5 o'clock, we have the game of the day, number 24 Fresno State versus Wyoming on Fox. Yes, it's on Fox, a Mountain West game getting some love. Fresno State's favored by 6.5 as well in this game. And you're probably thinking, Saturday, are you on crack? Is this really the game of the week? Yes, it is. Fresno State's undefeated, looking as one of the top group of 5 representatives to reach a New Year's Six bowl game. And Wyoming is in the same exact spot. They're a 1-loss team, and their only loss was a close one to Texas. I'm super excited for this one. However, Fresno State's undefeated season comes to an end. Wyoming is just different at home. You know that saying, come to Laramie, it's just different. That thing's about 3,000, 5,000 feet above sea level. It's really tough to play there. Andrew Peasley, whoop, whoop, whoop. He's a dog. Wyoming gets it done. Wyoming plus 6.5. They win the game by a score. Let's go. At 7 o'clock, we have a Pac-12 After Dark stinker. Number 15, Oregon State, unranked California on the Pac-12 networks. Oregon State favored by 9.5. I'm extremely worried about this one for Oregon State coming off that huge home win, and it always feels like Oregon State does not play well in Berkeley at California Memorial Stadium. So I'm going to say this one's a close game. This is going to be the chaos Pac-12 After Dark. Oregon State barely pulls it out. They win by a field goal. I'm taking Cal with the plus 9.5. Get your pajamas out for this one to finish the day and end week 6 at 7:30 p.m. Arizona travels to face number 9 USC on ESPN. USC is favored by 21.5, and I bet everyone's going to go Arizona plus 21.5 because Arizona had a great showing last week at home against the top dog, Washington, and USC looked like shit on the road versus Colorado, which I predicted. Yep, I predict all of this stuff. But USC heard you. I believe that USC is going to come out more focused this game. They're going to be back at home. Lincoln Riley's going to smack these boys into shape. Hopefully, Alex Grinch, defensive coordinator, can get something going. Arizona looks to be without quarterback Jaden DeLora as well. So USC is actually going to have a game that they can stand their heels on. USC wins this. I'm taking them with the minus 21.5. And that's a wrap, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for reaching the end of the video. Remember, I do this for fun, but it would mean so much if you could support. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I had a lot of fun making this video. I felt more unfiltered. Things were flowing better. And I hope it made it a more enjoyable viewing experience for you guys. I'm starting to get a better hang of this YouTube stuff, putting out content. So I really want to bring this channel to new heights because I have so much fun making these videos and I want to make the experience better for you guys. So next up on my agenda is getting a face cam so you guys will be able to look at my amazing, beautiful face. I'm just kidding, while I make videos, and it would make the experience that much more personal. If you guys can think of any ways that I could make this channel a better experience for you and for me, feel free to leave it in the comments. I would love it. And now we're going to wrap it up. Finally, thank you so much for tuning in. I'll see you guys later in the week.